Thank you so much, David and Kendra. I'm so happy to be here and share with everybody our experience in Ecuador. My name is Cristina Castro. I'm Ecuadorian. I have been working with whales and dolphins 25 years. Since I was a college student, I dreamed of creating a project with whales and dolphins in my country. I would like to share with you my experiences through these years. And I am very happy and grateful to share our project with you. Okay. In Ecuador, there are 30 species of cetaceans registered between the Galapagos, continental coast, and the Amazon rainforest. There are also other species of aquatic mammals, such as river otters, and manatees in the jungle, and the sea lions on the Ecuadorian coast. Ecuador is a small country situated in the Southeast Pacific in South America. And Puerto Lopez, here exactly, okay. Puerto Lopez is a typical fishing town located in the south of Manabí province. Its main economic activity is fishing and tourism. And in Puerto Lopez is our headquarters, Pacific Whale Foundation office. Puerto Lopez is the heart of Machalilla National Park. Ecuador research, all our research is currently focused in our 4 projects. Monitor whales in Eastern Tropical Pacific, evaluating impacts of the human activities, status, threats and conservation of dolphins, and whales and climate change. And we use different research methods used to study whales and dolphins. Both surveys, photo identification, genetic sample, persistent organic pollutants, isotope analysis, and microhabitats, acoustic studies, stranding analysis, scan diseases, marine debris. We began this year. This video show part of our team on the water in the field trip. And this is our first project, monitoring whales in the Eastern Tropical Pacific from 2001 until present. In this video, we can see in the background La Plata Island, a typical whale watching boat, and a humpback whale, of course. Humpback whales visit the coast of Ecuador from June to October each year. Ecuador is a breeding area for humpback whales. They use this marine area such mating and they breed of their calves. Humpback whales migrate more than 7,000 kilometers from the Antarctica to Ecuador each year. And our photo ID project, we use whale watching boats such as research platforms. This is an important way to save money, plus having fun with our project. Each humpback whale has unique and different mark pigmentation scars on the ventral part of the tail, similar with our fingerprints. Each humpback whale is identified with a number and sometimes given a name, and they are part of our humpback whale Ecuador catalog. We take every day from June to October. We take data every day from June to October with the help of our volunteers and some whale watching tour operators. From 2001 to until 2022, almost 4,000 tails were identified with their OID. We share our humpback whale catalog with 15 different NGOs and research centers in 8 different countries. And now we have an agreement with Happy Whale. We are still uploading our catalog. It is considered the third largest within the Happy Whale portal, managed by the salesman. Here is the copyright. And I'd like to talk a little bit about our 2022 humpback whale season. From May 29 to October 17, we conducted a total of 202 research trips, from whale watching tour boats and 54 dedicated scientific research trips, with a total of 487 whales photo-identified through their tails. We are so proud of this data. More than 80 biopsies were collected. And this year, we have a special case, the collection of a very fresh placenta and some samples of stranding. Here is the history.
¡Ay, qué lindo! Pero tal vez sin agua se ven
así. Then I have many videos for everybody. This is the second time I have been able to find a placenta. It was amazing sighting. We were monitoring the whales and suddenly we saw something. I just started screaming with this incredible experience. That day, we had a group of French volunteers. We didn't think twice. 2 volunteers, the sailor of the boat, and one of the researchers, Juliana, jumped into the water. Here is the history.
Okay. No, everybody to this side. You remember the other side?
Oh.
Cuando una persona al agua, be careful with this. With this, you take this one. Because okay, try to, yes, going. Okay, I need to press them here, very hard, very strong, for help me to get, please. Se deshace.
Antonin, mais aidez les gars.
Porque ahí hay muchas cosas. Entonces,
Pour soulever?
Everybody coming to tell you.
Ok. No se hace pedazo en el momento que lo haga. Eso que no se sabe, no importa.
Hágale a ver.
Hágale la que tiene vos. Dile que te ayuden ahí.
A ver, pero ayúdenme.
Esta de acá. No, la de allá, la de que tiene vamos. Esto no puede por ahí abajo. Ah,
Et respirer par la bouche.
Si tu calcules comme ça, là.
Okay, the plastic bags, where is it?
Here.
Okay, the pin.
Par contre,
Est-ce qu'on peut
Okay,
dire,
very close.
t'as un gros œuf sur le bras.
ça dégoûte moi, je comprends pas. Ça dégoûte quoi, ça?
Et non, t'inquiète.
La technique de la police.
Ouais, sur les clavouchures sur elle. Bon, le coup, il est arrivé dans le bateau.
Oh, c'est super long, hein. On a pensé comme des ça, comme des autres.
Don't worry, this clean with water. Sorry, I don't know my God.
You have the video on your. I have the video. Imagine, c'est juste genre, on est coupé par là, bon, à la cour. Oui, mais on était tous dedans, les gars. Ouais.
Oh, l'eau, la fleur de l'eau.
Waouh! C'est de la fille.
Il m'a mis vraiment?
En vrai, il a pris excellent. Il a coulé, non?
J'en ai porté sur moi.
Okay. Okay, what's so funny? Seeing it's easy to be biologist, it's not easy. Okay, thank you. I love to share our videos with you. It was so amazing experience. And it was very exciting. We took the placenta to land, took samples of different tissues, and weighed more than a quintal, and measured the best we could. Also, we create 2 professional videos produced 100% by the Pacific Whale Foundation on the threats to whale and dolphins in Ecuador, part of our conservation programs. I love to share with you these videos. It's 3 minutes. This first awareness video created by the Pacific Whale Foundation in Ecuador. We did local casting with girls in Puerto Lopez. We hired a professional in this subject, and we want to tell why whales and dolphins are essential and their main problems, and finally communicate that we are all part of the solution. I am very proud because these videos are now being constantly broadcast on the local TV, and we are sure will probably impact local people.
Te voy a contar una breve e importante historia y una buena noticia acerca de unas criaturas tan majestuosas como esenciales. No solo porque su presencia contribuye a que innumerables seres puedan existir, sino también porque, aunque te resulte difícil de creer, el hecho de que ahora, en este preciso momento tú estés respirando, de cierta forma, también es gracias a ellas. Así es, estas formidables viajeras, gracias a algunos de sus movimientos, empujan el plancton y diversos nutrientes hacia la superficie marina, contribuyendo a la generación del oxígeno que, ahora mismo, estamos respirando. Pero hay mucho más. Estos monumentales seres indirectamente traen grandes beneficios económicos al fomentar el turismo de lugares como el Ecuador, donde cada año arriban innumerables grupos de turistas provenientes de todo el mundo, con el principal objetivo de observar la indescriptible belleza de estas criaturas que, a pesar de su magnificencia e importancia, están en peligro. Desde una pequeña bolsa de comida arrojada al suelo, que termina sumándose a muchas otras más que son ingeridas por estos seres grandiosos, hasta las enormes redes fantasmas de barcos pesqueros en las que se enredan sin lograr escapar. O el maltrato por parte del turismo irresponsable, donde, por ejemplo, los barcos compiten por acercárseles a gran velocidad, sin respetarlas, alterando su ruta y tranquilidad. Todo esto termina dañándolas o incluso a veces provocando su muerte. Pese a todo, el rumbo de esta historia puede cambiar, y es que depende de quién la escribe. Y esa es la buena noticia. Porque hoy tanto tú como yo, así como todos los que somos parte de esta historia, donde cada cosa está conectada, podemos elegir lo que escribimos. Y quién sabe, puede que terminemos escribiendo una historia maravillosa acerca de un mundo que, si bien por un momento olvidó las cosas realmente importantes, finalmente las recordó. Cosas como que cada criatura que habita este planeta es parte de lo mismo. Que lugares como Puerto López no habrían llegado donde están sin su presencia. O que de vez en cuando no estaría mal agradecerle a ellas el que podamos respirar.
Thank you so much for your cars. Yes, I'm so proud of this video. We have two. Later, I show you the other one. And monitoring whales, our part of this project is we are not working only with humpbacks. We are working with Buddha whales too, from 2015 until present. And this is a short video. Great whales are very difficult to study. It's the second species part of this project. But currently, we have a catalog with 40 animals, many with several recaptures in different years. We were able to obtain biopsy samples, drone videos, and acoustic recorders. We have begun to understand this population and are working with Peru, Colombia, and Panama so far, looking for their life history. And we are facing the recovery of a population that was very hunted in the previous century and has begun to repopulate its historical areas of distribution. And sometimes we have unusual sightings of other whale species. This is only for this conference. We share our video with blue whale. Let me give you a short video of a sighting this week. This could only be possible with the support of Pacific Whale Foundation. Then why we are here? And the main threats for cetacean in Ecuador are the interaction with fisheries, impact of the whale watching tourism, ship strikes, marine pollution. And the second project is based on evaluating, knowing what the main impacts on the cetaceans in Ecuador. We need to finish analyzing data from hundreds of findings related to fishing nets and skin lesions. With this information, we are going to know and evaluate the threats of cetaceans in Ecuador. Our third project is status, threats, and conservation of dolphins in the Eastern Tropical Pacific. We started with the study of coastal bottlenose dolphins in 2021. The coastal bottlenose dolphins is one of the most vulnerable marine cetaceans to human activities, such as interaction with fishing nets, marine traffic, and all forms of pollution. Okay. This is coastal and oceanic ecotype. You can see the coastal bottlenose dolphins. They are really close to the beach. You can see the difference in the dorsal fin. Just can appreciate it that this photo was spectacular. In this photo was spectacular with a mother and babies on rainy ray. In 2018, my colleague Fernando Felix with us published the first document establishing the morphologic difference between coastal and oceanic bottlenose dolphin with photos from Ecuador and Peru. Inshore ecotype and offshore ecotype, you can see the difference on the dorsal fin. And on the map, we can see 4 locations for this possible first subpopulation of coastal dolphins are located. Fernando Felix has studied them in the south for more than 30 years. And now we have started the central and northern parts of the country. Our study area located in 2 provinces, Manabí and Santa Elena. It grows more than 20 coastal communities, Santa Rosa, San Jose, Puerto Cayo, and you can see here 6 protect areas, Machalilla National Park in green, Marine Cantagallo Reserve here, Pacoche Marine Reserve here, El Pelado, it's here, and Bajos de Copé Marine Reserve is here. Our project, we do daily trips are made with fiberglass boats of 12 knots and very close to the coastline, approximately 200 meters. And the materials that we use for this project. And our first results. For example, the last year, 2022, we have 30 field trips, 12 dolphin encounters with 84 dolphins with ID. The green lines is our field trips. The blue one, sorry, is our field trips. And the green lines is the protect areas. This project is generating a lot of information, and we are going to start this year to publish the first threads based of their body marking to continue with the population and distribution studies. This is, for example, part of our coastal dolphin catalog. And is you can see here, they are so close to the beach. If I'm going to share with everyone of our dreams, with all this study, we're going to create a protect coastal strip to protect this species. This is identify conservation areas and habitat preference of bottlenose dolphins in the central coast of Ecuador. And coastal bottlenose dolphin observed with a small rope over this mouth and a plastic bottle. Possibly recreational activity or interaction with fishing gear. And here is why we create these videos. And the next one is our second video, and we're talking about exactly what happened with our dolphins.
¿Qué podría decir para que te interese cuidar a los delfines? Quizás sirva de algo si te digo que ellos aparte de desarrollar el turismo en nuestras comunidades, cumplen tareas muy importantes en el mar, como nuestros delfines costeros nariz de botella, que se comen a los peces enfermos o débiles, ayudando con esto a mantener el equilibrio en el mundo marino. O explicarte que, al igual que las ballenas, estos simpáticos cetáceos son considerados especies bandera o sombrilla. Es decir, que al protegerlos también estamos cuidando otras especies más pequeñas que dependen de la existencia del delfín para sobrevivir. Aunque tal vez esto sea demasiado técnico. Y quizás sería más efectivo utilizar música dramática e imágenes impactantes para, de alguna manera, generar conciencia sobre lo que los delfines deben enfrentar cada día, como esa pequeña basura que a veces arrojamos al suelo, sin imaginarnos que cuando se junta con muchas otras más, se convierte en toneladas de contaminación que los delfines confunden con alimento, o los desechos alcantarillados esparcidos a lo largo de nuestro mar, lo que muchas veces termina intoxicándolos, enfermándolos, o las redes provenientes del negocio de la pesca, en las que se enredan hasta a veces morir ahogados. Bueno, puede que ni siquiera esto sea tan efectivo como se piensa. Y quizás lo mejor sería decir que tenemos que cambiar de actitud y costumbres sobre nuestra basura y dejar de contaminar nuestro hogar marino, educarnos y, por supuesto, que las autoridades regulen con normativas y que las industrias y todos las cumplamos. Aunque no sé si esto sería suficiente, y es que hasta ahora, a pesar de todos los esfuerzos, nos falta mucho. Los delfines costeros se van a extinguir. No estamos haciendo lo suficiente como realmente lo merecen. Y si en cambio, en vez de tantas palabras o explicaciones, solo intentas sentirlos.
And thank you for your hearts. I'm so proud and also started data analysis of other species of dolphins, such as spotted dolphins, common dolphins. And this is the video. Let me show you our video in La Plata Island with common dolphins. Oh, sorry. In front of La Plata Island. La Plata Island is part of Machalilla National Park. And spotted dolphins. This is a nice sighting with the spotted dolphins and humpback whales. The spotted dolphins are playing with the humpback. Background, Isla de la Plata or La Plata Island. And of course, orca in La Plata Island too. Let me show you in this photo, orca called phantom. Phantom just as it's feeding on humpback calf. Here you can see a small part of the calf. The last time we can saw it. Of course, base of the threads and the principles of the Pacific Whale Foundation, we have created different education campaigns aimed at children, stakeholders, and fishermen. And we also want to start creating information to create legal tools, which could help with the rules and management plans in local municipalities, the Ministry of Environment, and even in the National Assembly. The first thing we need is to generate the information to start this process. My dream, create new protect areas with our information, new environmental rules about marine debris, new laws about the use of the beach and use of the marine areas for fishermen and stakeholders. Community awareness, TV spots, empowerment youth and local stakeholders to clean beaches, reduce marine debris, and raise environmental awareness to threats to cetaceans in Ecuador. Creations of legal tools for the protection of dolphins. $1,000 environmental education books were delivered to schools and teachers in the canton of Puerto Lopez. We communicate our research at all levels. We share it through books in Spanish. In total, we have produced 2 whale guides, 4 environmental education books, dozens of articles in the local newspapers and magazines, and scientific papers. I share the link where you can find our papers, Pacific Whale Foundation scientific papers, and others, if you have interest in. And finally, I like to talk about whale watching tourists before and after with the whales. The presence of whales has opened up new business opportunities whale watching for the local communities in Ecuador. This graphic shows the number of tourists entering the marine area of Machalilla National Park between 1980 until 2019, before the COVID-19. While 517 visitors entered the marine area in 1980, and we received 68,000 visitors in 2019, 130 times the number of visitors received in 1980. Here we can appreciate it that the months with the most concentration of tourists are June, July, August, and September, humpback whale season. As the whale watching industry grew, demand of housing and other tourist relations service increased too, offering opportunities for the local community to develop new businesses. In 2019, there were a total of 169 tourist providers. Means accommodation, hotels, restaurants, tourist agencies. And the whale watching industry income in Puerto Lopez was estimated to be in $1,300,000 in direct expenses. And here you can see we have a short whale watching tours for $25. Isla de la Plata Plus whale watching tour in $40. And the indirect expenses from our tourists, maybe food, accommodation, transportation, souvenirs. And if we know how many tourists we have in 2019, then it's so easy to know how is the estimate with direct expenses and $3 million in indirect expenses for a total of $4.5 million in 2019, only in 4 months and only in one fishing town, Puerto Lopez. And we have 5 similar fishing villages with whale watching operation in Ecuador. And I am so proud because now we have ready our scientific paper. If you have interest in to know more about this one, you can find these numbers in our document. And this photo show, you can see the ladies that are on the beach cleaning the fish on the beach and swim on the beach. This is my Puerto Lopez in 1997, when I was a student, my first time. And in 1997, and the boats in 2022. The girl in the top deck and me. And now, everything changed. First, we don't have pier, and you can see here the tourists in line from the beach take the whale watching boats. And now, our whale tourist pier in Puerto Lopez. Welcome, everybody. In 2004, we have our first market, local market, and the local bus station too. In 2011, the old market, and now the Central Park of Puerto Lopez and the Humpback Whale Monument are now part of the landscape and provide the only in-town green area for kids to play. Creation of the Day of the Whale and an annual party every June 22 to celebrate the arrival of the whales in Ecuador. And here in the photo, you can see the different regions of Ecuador: jungle people, highland people, and the coastal people. Everybody say, welcome, humpback whales. My family has a tour operator too, called Palo Santo Travel. Besides being a scientist, I am also an entrepreneur. Our local business is based on solidarity economy, local labor, consumption of the local products, conservation and respect for the environment, no use of plastics, biodegradable plastic, unique experience with respect for nature, social commitment, and of course, citizen science. We use these different tools with our citizen science. How did I do all this? I am not alone. I count of the Pacific Whale Foundation staff, and this year on two researchers who were side by side. Juliana, she's from Colombia and has a PhD in Australia, and Luna Barragan is a biologist and has been working on acoustic and other projects since 2016 with me. Stephanie is part of Pacific Whale Foundation in Hawaii, support our crazy ideas in Ecuador. And it's been 25 years of researching whales, creating programs and trying to survive. Our programs are based on science, education, and conservation. If someone wants to help us, I share this link where you can make donations to Pacific Whale Foundation and help. We are grateful to the volunteers and donors of the Pacific Whale Foundation and our strategic allies. Here are some of them: Fernando Felix, Kumban Grebeck, Paul Gamboa, Susan Benston, Ted Chessman, Paola Cunha, and Jorge Acevedo, and with organizations and universities such as SEQUA, Whale ID, WWF, Griffith University, Happy Whale, CEFIMAC, Universidad Central del Ecuador, Pontificia Universidad Católica del Ecuador, Operadora Turística Palo Santo Travel, Gobierno Municipal de Puerto Lopez, and of course, Machalilla National Park. An organization like the Pacific Whale Foundation supports our initiatives and believes in science for species conservation. Pacific Whale Foundation is fighting the main threats to whales, interaction with fishing nets, ship strikes, irresponsible tourism, marine pollution, and climate change. And with our passion for the sea, we are sure that our actions in research can bring the best politic decision for conservation. Research is a tool to know and protect cetaceans. For us, it is not just science. Thank you so much.